This 13th floor video session is powered by The Rock Shop.
Nice, Nick. All right.
Hi, welcome to the 13th floor. I'm Marty Duda. Today we have the return of Hopetoun Brown, Tim, Nick. Back again. Last time you were here was you were about to go into the studio to record your first album, and now you've already got your second album ready to go out. It's Looks So Good, coming out tomorrow. How has the journey been from the first to the second album?
You know, I think we had such a good time recording the first one, we really wanted to do it again. It was pretty catching. Going down to Littleton, going into the lab in Mount Eden, it was amazing. I think we discovered a whole lot of skills that we didn't even know we had.
Like what?
Well, like just spontaneously arranging horn parts. I played a bit of piano. Tim did incredible drums. Sung beautifully, wrote all these great songs. We thought they were great.
Right.
And so that was pretty catching.
Yeah.
And also when you get a record out, suddenly the act has a bit of it has a bit more of a place in the musical community.
Some credibility. People start taking you seriously.
And look, honestly, you can earn a bit more money, and you can get a few more people to the gigs, and you can get a few more column inches in the paper.
Right.
And but the real motivation was to go down and see Ben Edwards again and spend a bit more time with Ollie Harmer in the lab. Wouldn't you say, Tim?
Yeah, it was very nice getting to go down, getting to go to both those studios again and play around with all that nice gear. I mean, it's interesting, they're both quite different. There's lots of amazing gear at the lab, and then down at Ben Edwards' place in Littleton, he doesn't really have a huge amount of gear. He's just got the man himself.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and he's so they're kind of both very different places. You get different things out of each, and it's very enjoyable to explore the different recording processes you can have in each place, and they're both a lot flashier than in my bedroom.
I'm sure they are. And you've got a few more people working with you on this record as well. It's not just the two of you, is it?
Yeah, well, we got we've got Finn Scholes on there, who played trumpet and organ and vibes, and was that it?
I think so.
And we've got Kingsley Melhuish, who's also playing tuba. Uh-huh. And we've got Tammy Nielsen, which is pretty amazing, on 2 tracks doing vocals. We've got Marlon Williams on a couple of tracks as well, which was just pure coincidence. Another magical element of Littleton is that Marlon was literally in the same address. So we wangled him into the studio. And Aldous, Aldous Harding, she's got a very kind of, it'd be hard to pick, but it's essential. Uh-huh. What it is. So it was really nice having all these other people. Who else? Do we have anyone else? Oh, yeah.
There were 3 drummers on the record, and I think that is almost has the biggest impact on the sound.
Right.
We've got Tim here, who's actually just bought his first pair of hi-hats.
That's all I had.
He's gone for a 15-inch pair of hi-hats, which are extra large and amazing sounding. And then we had Joseph McCallum, who is Delaney's go-to drummer and also plays in Tammy's band. Uh-huh. But he's played in all sorts of bands back in the day, and he's a hell of a good drummer. Just got all the technique in the feel. And then Al Deverick plays on a couple of tracks, and he just had so much enthusiasm. We couldn't get him out of the studio. It was like, can we put some congas down? Can we put some percussion down? And he actually ended up playing clavinet, I think, on a track called Long Time Ago, because he was just having so much fun, and who are we to stop him?
Exactly.
So the drums are a big part of it.
Cool. Well, we'll talk some more about the recording, but we're going to hear some songs as well, so we're going to work that in. And the first one we're going to hear is Look So Good. So what can you tell me about that one before we hear it?
Oh, Looks So Good. I've been wanting to get this beat into a tune, I don't know, feels like my whole musical life.
Aha. It's all come to this, hasn't it?
It's just such a good beat. And there's lots of songs with that kind of groove, and I just really, really wanted to do something with it. And it happened pretty quick, really. I kind of managed to get that. I managed to play it, and then the battle was won. And then the song, the lyrics, they kind of. I think people's obsessions with phones is kind of interesting these days, and now we kind of we hook up with our phones.
So I've heard.
Yeah. So you've heard. Crazy modern world.
It is indeed.
So I was just kind of reflecting on that. and how really people are often trying to pick each other up on their phones, and they're literally standing right next to each other in the bar. This actually happens all the time. It's quite funny, because the app says, "Oh, this super hot person is only 10 meters away from you," and they're literally like where Nick is, and you're chatting them up.
Yeah, of course, goes without saying. All right, well, let's give it a listen. "Look So Good" from the new album, "Look So Good," and then we'll come back and talk some more.
Baby, you look so good on the phone. But baby, it seems to me that's all you own. And that's freedom is what they tell me now. Freedom won't let me be. I touch you with my toe and my lost at sea. Freedom, that's freedom is what they tell me now. Freedom won't let me be. I touch you with my toe and I'm lost at sea. Freedom, I'm always losing you. We all get bored so quick. I can talk all night, shed all day. I'm still standing like a stiff. I got nothing to say, no. Except freedom. That's freedom is what they tell me now. Freedom won't let me be. I touch you with my toe and I'm lost at sea. Freedom. That's freedom is what they tell me now. Freedom won't let me be. I touch you with my toe and I'm lost at sea. Freedom. You look so good on the phone. 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 Now I need your loving all night long. You look so good on the phone. That's freedom is what they tell me now. Freedom won't let me be. I told you with my toe and I'm lost at sea. Freedom, that's freedom is what they tell me now. Freedom won't let me be. I told you with my toe and I'm lost at sea. Freedom, you look so good on the phone. I said freedom. You look so good on the phone. I said freedom. You look so good on the phone now. I need your loving all night long. You look so good.
Alrighty, we're back with Hopetoun Brown. We're going to hear a couple more songs. So you're all puffed out, aren't you? How physical is what you do? Does it take a lot out of you?
Yeah, I am pretty damn sweaty
Yeah.
at the end of a gig, and the worst thing is if you leave your sweaty t-shirt in your satchel.
Yes.
And forget about it. It's pretty mean the following day. Next week, man, you've got to actually buy a whole new satchel if you leave it in there a whole week. Yeah, it's like you have to have a bit of a breath budget.
Right. So you're about to go on the road.
Yes.
Do you have to get in shape for it?
Yeah, I do a bit, and some gigs are tougher than others. There's no doubt about it. But for me, if I get too enthusiastic and start shaking it too much, which I'm prone to do,
right,
that can cause me problems.
Uh-huh.
We did a little showcase in the JB Hi-Fi boardroom, which had a lot of vibe. We were an agenda item, as Tim said, on the minutes.
Was there a PowerPoint presentation as well?
No, it was very organic and acoustic. But I was digging it so much, and Tim has this incredible stomp, and it's like that scene in Jurassic Park with a glass of water, and all the water's on the table. Doing that, and I was just like, yeah, feeling it. But then I was like, oh no, not enough blood, not enough oxygen in the blood, and I took more breaths than necessary. And sometimes you have to take away a note to put in a breath, and that's not good.
Right.
So
interesting.
But you've worked out a way where you do figure out the best note to take out. You do have an intrinsic feel for breath pause.
I hope so.
I think so. Otherwise, the whole train comes off the rails. And then we wind up having a fight on stage, like the birthday party or something, because you took the breath in the wrong place.
What Tim does with the stomping, clapping, hand percussion, I mean, he's like a, those guys who can dismantle rifles.
Yeah.
Tim is doing that. He's got to put the trumpet down, pick the tambourine up, play the beat, sing the song, engage with the audience all at once, and not fall off the stage. It's pretty amazing. And what happens that's really comedy at our gigs, it's one of the little slapstick moments. Almost happens at every gig, and you should really come to the show to check it out. Always something falls over, right? Because Tim is like 3.2 earthquake, moderate, 42 felt reports.
Yeah, well, things just tend to walk. So the stool is here, and then by the end of the gig, it's like it's about to fall off the stage or go to the back or something, and the tambourine is making its way across the neck, and the kibas is rolling into the audience. Yeah.
So when you rehearse, do you have to like nail everything down?
Well,
rehearse?
Sorry, I was just assuming. Crazy, I know. All right, well, let's talk about the next song that we're going to hear, which is something called "Let It Show," which on the album Marlon is singing on, right?
Yeah, Marlon did BVs on this because it needed. Well, here's this guy who can do aching kind of melodic stuff. And he was just there, and so he just basically made it up.
And my understanding is that this tune was inspired by a trip to Mexico that you took?
Yeah, it was. I went to this lovely little fishing village called Puerto Angel. Well, all they do is fish, and it was just this little bay, and it was just one of those kind of, and I was there with my husband, and it was just one of those kind of awesome kind of memories that you can string a whole lot of good stuff out of,
right?
And so the song kind of came out of that. Yeah, it's just that lovely feeling of kind of being on the other side of the world in a completely foreign place was just So
I feel like that all the time while I'm here.
Still in Ausländer.
Exactly. All right. Well, we'll give that one a listen, and then we'll come back and talk some more about your tour.
Crept in like a cat's paw into our room. I'm not sure where the dateline sits. The sea bulges in the bay, push the boats ashore. All the good fish will be gone, better hustle our bones. Watch the tide line deals go down. The day's catch just dissolves in a town. It's a fine place to go to ground. Pour more mezcal, tube at a time. Hush my mouth, I'll make you mine, oh mine. Dance real crazy, then take it real slow. Come on, sugar, please, let it show. You fell asleep alone, the tide line spoiling your chair. While the boys tell Benito 2 in the morning. Yo no hablo español, so they stay. You must have dragged me off to bed when you heard me stalling. Pour more mezcal, 2 at a time. Hush my mouth, I'll make you mine, oh mine. Dance real crazy, then take it real slow. Come on, sugar, please, let it go. street you crazy, then take it real slow. Come on, sugar, please let it show. Crazy chink on this, surfing on the headland. I swear those waves are 10 stories high. The two boats never made it back this morning. I guess you can run, but you can't hide. Pour more mescal, 2 at a time. Hush my mouth, I'll make you mine on mine. Dance street you crazy, then take it real slow. Come on, sugar, please. Pour more mescal, 2 at a time. Hush my mouth, I'll make you mine on mine. Dance street you crazy, then take it real slow. Come on, sugar, please let it show.
All right, we're back one more time with Hopetoun Brown. Second album on its way out. You've already gotten some good reviews, I've seen, so that's got to be cool.
Well, Finn from Secondhand News was very charitable.
He was. I saw that. Yes.
And does that mean anything these days? Reviews and that kind of stuff, or?
I think you got to be careful to read your own reviews, but when you've spent all this time making this thing,
yeah,
and it's just nice to know that they like it.
Right.
I think maybe you just read the headline and move on. But it is. I personally was satisfied that it wasn't crap and it wasn't the shit sandwich.
Yeah, that's always a good thing. And would you say that there's been any kind of musical evolution between the first and second album? Will people hear anything that they haven't heard before?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I guess the collaboration is the most obvious thing.
Right.
There's also just more. I mean, there's more drums on the first thing. I only think I played on 2 songs. There's more drums, more percussion, and then there's more piano because Nick played piano. There's just kind of more breadth to it, and I think we did a lot more horns as well.
Yeah, we had a lot more time in the studio. Wow, that's boring to say that, isn't it? Like if I was watching this and someone said that, I would immediately fall asleep. But we did. We spent more time in Littleton, which was really cool. We spent more time in the lab, and so that was amazing. I got to sing a song. I'm singing a song on the record,
okay.
which I've never done before.
That's the other difference too, is that there's a whole song that Nick wrote, by himself, and he brought to the table, which was cool. And so yeah, that was definitely new. More kind of combinations going on there.
And was the idea of getting Tammy involved inspired by the fact that you had worked live with her? Because I saw some of the shows that you did, and it seemed like it was like, holy mackerel, this is a thing.
We always had a really good time. And then we did a gig, and afterwards she was saying we should do a duet, it'd be really fun, but we should not do a pussy duet. We have to do a really kick-ass duet.
Right.
And I was like, that sounds awesome. Let's do it. And we miraculously did actually do it. And the results are on the record. So yeah, I mean, she's fast, quick, professional onto it. It's a pleasure. Everything just, happens the way it should.
And so the tour is beginning this weekend at the Wine Cellar, and then where's it going from there? It's just everywhere?
Yes, it is. Well, we're going to some funny little joints actually that are awesome. We're doing 2 dates at the Wine Cellar, and then on November 4th, that's a Friday, we're going to Paeroa.
Oh.
And we're playing a place called The Refinery, which is just off the main street. Man, such a cool building. It's this old, they used to have the gold stamper battery in there, and they used to wash the gold with the cyanide or whatever they used to do. That's all gone now, folks, don't worry. And it's one of the oldest concrete buildings in the country, and it's just got these freaky concrete walls. And it's got some funny art, and they do a mean scone.
Oh, well, there you go. And, now you're talking.
And then you
Jeffrey, we need another 100 scones for the gig.
Yeah, they do the scones with the lemonade and the cream and the flour.
Right.
Which I've never done.
It's called a Waiheke scone. Yeah, there's a few names for it because, of course, everyone wants to claim that recipe. But I've heard it called a Waiheke scone. 1 can of lemonade, a bottle of cream, and 2 cups of self-raising flour. Is that it?
Sounds good to me.
People.
I'm heading to the kitchen now.
They taste good.
Yeah.
I fully endorse them. Hopetoun Brown endorses the refinery scones. And then on November 5th, Guy Fawkes Night, we're playing in Coromandel Township, and we have to wait until the town fireworks display happens at 8:30, so we're performing a little bit later at 9 p.m. I realise this is too much information. But I'm very excited to play Coromandel because I went to primary school in Coromandel Township. And so this will be a magnificent homecoming with
I'm sure it will.
Badass
They'll all be out there.
Tim Stewart here.
You can show them all now.
And now this little country kid who used to wear hand-knitted sweaters, he's got himself a badass looking mate. And so that's going to be choice. I'm still wearing my cardigans.
You're kind of like the Tom Cruise character, and you know, was it all the right moves? It's coming back to the steel town.
Yeah.
Kind of a little bit different, but yeah.
I've never seen that movie.
Oh, it's a good one.
We actually play the Top Gun anthem sometimes in our set.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that will alienate some of our listeners. And then and so we're doing that, and then we're heading down the line. We're playing Tākaka at the Musselin. We're playing Hokitika. We're playing the Dharma Bums Club in the Wairau Valley. Wellington. We're playing Caroline on November the 12th. That's a Saturday. Wellingtonians, we'd love to see you there. So far, only 4 of you have committed to coming to the show.
Well, how many people are in Wellington exactly?
Yeah, well, more than that, I hope. But you know, it's early days, and I can just see those numbers increasing. And then we're going to Napier. We're playing the Hastings Art Gallery on Sunday the 13th. And then we are playing Hamilton the following weekend. We're doing a Friday the 18th of November in Hamilton. We're playing the Rotorua Art Gallery, and then we're playing Toast Martinborough, and then back to Orcs. Yeah.
Cool. Well, that about covers it. I'm exhausted just hearing about it. All right, we got one more song that we're going to hear. Future Never Came, which Aldous sings on the record.
Yes, yes.
And what can you tell me about this one before?
She kind of does these little shouts.
Yeah, she does shouts. Essentially, she's kind of like a Hello Kitty punk Japanese girl. Hi, hi. And she stacked them up, and because she had some great production advice actually hanging out in the control room. She's like, oh, really, I hear a hi-hat. We're like, let's get in there and lay the hats. And it was, and then she put the hi on. It was.
She put the high and hi-hat, huh?
Yeah, she did.
I think one thing about this tune also that's interesting is it went through heaps of iterations.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And Tim had this really cool idea for a tune. He wanted to write a song. I don't want to take the words out of your mouth, but he wanted to write the song about a dissatisfaction with the future. Like, where are the hoverboards? Why aren't we in space? Why don't my shoelaces tie themselves?
And where is the Concorde? The Concorde is gone. What kind of future is this?
So the future never came. Of course, it's a bit of a relationship metaphor too.
Of course.
But the funny thing was, we went through it, we had all these different ideas, and it's it was a journey.
It was. Some of those writing sessions just wound up in deep dissatisfaction, and us both walking away going, it's never going to happen.
Well, we weren't.
And then you'd have another one that would be good. But it was interesting. It did take a while to get there, and now it's all happy days.
Excellent. All right.
And here it is.
We'll be able to give it a listen and catch you guys on the road, because you guys are always on the road anyway, even when you're not on the road on this show. So it'd be fantastic. And good luck with the record. I love it. I've been listening to it and enjoying it immensely. So.
Oh, great. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us, mate.
Thank
Cheers.
you. We'll see you.
We should be in orbit now. We should be making ground. Holding on for dear life. Starbound. Should have been easy, babe. We had it all laid out. But we turned around and filled with doubt. The future never came. I don't know who to blame. The future never came. I don't know who to blame. I thought we were in it together. We should be in over now, but we're killing time. We're busy making connections and blurring lines. We're folding up our lives into these tiny machines. We're losing our grip and making all kinds of scenes. The future never came. I don't know who to blame. The future never came. I don't know who to blame. I thought we were in it together, but everything's